right, well, let's just sort of get started here. We need 2 of all of these pieces. But the thing about needing 2 of these pieces is that they all line up, I believe, to each other. So before we get too crazy, I'm going to put registration marks in some of these patterns because there aren't any registration marks. This one's easy because it lines up to itself. So I'm going to make a registration mark here. It's super easy, barely an inconvenience, because it kind of doesn't matter where I put them. It's not lining up to a piece other than itself, so it's going to be even on both sides no matter what. But then that's the bad thing about registration marks on pieces that don't line up, or that pieces that don't connect to themselves connect to something else. You can barely see it probably, but there's just little itty bitty triangles I put in there. So now when I put this piece together, once it's foam, it's way easier. The rest of these, however, this piece connects to itself like this, which is going to be super weird. Not sure yet how that's going to work. Not a crazy fan of it, but I need 2 of those, and then this piece goes like this. I imagine this piece goes something like that to make the back of the head, to make the rest of the helmet. So to make registration marks out of it, I wouldn't even know. I would have to tape the bottoms here, tape the top, even then it still doesn't totally line up. Oh, jeez. So yeah, we need 2 of these. We'll see how it goes. The rest of the pieces that we only need 1 of, though, are 1,000 times easier. So this part, I think, 90% sure it goes like this, right? George, no, it's not a HeroClix game. I make stuff from time to time, so, you know, I'm not really into HeroClix. I think only losers play that game. No, so basically I'm making Dr. Doom's helmet here, while I look like Adam Friedman. But, you know, I put all sorts of stuff together. This is what I made like 2 years ago, which I heavily enjoyed. That was like a fun project. But no, we're making some Doctor Doom armor. Yeah, so this is sort of like the faceplate is in just a ton of pieces right now. So it's going to be that piece, and then let's sort of connect to the mouthpiece. Not really connect it, but just sort of get it so you guys can sort of understand. And then there's sort of like the mouthpiece for how it's going to go. And then this is like obviously where the nose is going to go. So there's no need to put that there. I've got to add a spot for that. This is sort of like the eyebrow type of deal going on here. Yeah, super wacky, tons of fun. But we only need 1 of each of these pieces, which makes it way easier. So we're just going to focus on all of these right now. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, man. Made that for Captain America for Endgame. Not the biggest Thor fan, so just sort of whipped it up for Cap. But when it comes to this stuff, now I just sort of need to figure out, you know, what needs to go where. I want to try to use, I only have so much of this foam left, and I want to make the entire helmet out of it, and I should have plenty of foam for it. I just need to make sure I use my space wisely, you know. So we'll see what happens here. We shall see what happens. Probably something like this. No, that's not great. Here we go. Sweet. This is what we're going with here. Bam. Put that there. All right, 1 more weight. Okay, cool. So yeah, we're gonna see what we can do here, cutting up all this stuff. Yeah, well, it's sort of a trace once, cut once, since I'm not really measuring anything. It's just a pattern I'm tracing out. But I will make sure I have the pattern completely flat against the foam. Yeah. Now, where you may end up having to cut twice on foam is if you really screw up cutting it the first time. If you maybe let the knife get too angled or something, that can then make you have to cut twice and draw out the pattern again. Which is just so much fun. So much fun. Oh boy. All right, blam. There is the eyebrow, for lack of a better term. That's what it'll be called. Cool. We can just sort of cut as we go, I think. I think it's probably just the best way to do it. So we use the eyebrow piece. Just want to move the rest of this stuff over because I would hate to cut the foam while like this is under it and then cut these pieces up and then have to go and reprint them would be super inconvenient. All right. Lots of curves in this, so we got to be kind of careful with how we cut it up. Very slow, very slow and methodical cuts going on here. Keeping that knife at 90 degrees. Making sure my hand's not floating too much. It's gonna float. I don't have the steadiest hand in the West here. See, that's a neat enough thing. Yeah, thank you, Aries. Always making stuff. I prefer making shit for money, but I will get paid in stuff sometimes. I'm a-okay with getting paid in stuff. That's a good cut. Let's go ahead and do this side. Let's cut it like this. I didn't start very well on that side. That's okay. Probably gonna have to sharpen after we get this piece done, just because it will not be as well as sharp as I want it to be, and we might have to just sharpen halfway through another piece, and I'd rather not sharpen halfway through another piece. Mess with the mojo we got going on here. That is going to be about as nice as it's going to get. Mad. All right, cool. I feel like that should be bigger. It's about the right size. Grant, I am making a Doctor Doom helmet. What's up, Tristan? How's it going? So we're making a little Doctor Doom helmet there. Let's see, what's our next piece here? The next one that'll work here is like this one. All right. Yeah, we'll go ahead and roll with this sort of like this chin piece type of deal. That's what I'm going with. You guys see that latest Thursday Throwdown? Great Thursday Throwdown. And by great, I mean my dice were on literal fire. Not our best cosplays for the thumbnail, however. Very rough. Mine was, I think, spot on. I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty spot on. It's pretty dang good. Just cut and foam, man. I really wonder about the design choice for some of this armor. It's super, this is sort of like, sort of a chin looking piece. It's kind of wacky. We'll see how it goes. Ugh. Man, it's tough to make conversation. Otherwise, I'm talking to myself like a crazy person. What's up, Glenn? That was kind of angled. I need to try to not angle my knife so much here. Probably gonna do a lot of sanding on this. So I'm not gonna cut against the line right where it curves, because I'll probably sand it down to the line eventually. So that way I can get it as smooth as I want it to be in there. Told myself I was going to sharpen my knife after the last piece, and I still didn't do it. Ugh. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Power to the players. If you want to know what I think about the new rules, you can check out the latest episode of Dial H for HeroClix on Spotify, Podbean, iTunes, and wherever podcasts are found. Grant. No, I think just like the 2017 rules, my brain sort of goes to, man, this really sucks. Why would they change so many things? And they're definitely changing more things with these rules than they are with the 2017 ones. But so far, the biggest rule change to me that I think is going to impact my playstyle the most in a negative way has to be the pushing thing. But I don't even hate it. Because after playing with them in a team of people that just don't have willpower, I obviously didn't hate it. But then when sometimes you make a choice to push a character so they get onto a different power set, and that takes a lot of the tactics away. Although it will be easier to teach new people instead of having to say, well, some people ignore it, some people don't, some people can have 2 tokens. Now you can just be like, look, you can always do 2 things in a row, clear, and you're fine. So honestly, if you just sort of take a step back and breathe, I don't care. Like most of the rules are fine. They don't bother me too much at all. I think what bothers me is that they think leap climb is better, and for anybody that also thinks leap climb is better, that bothers me. It's worse. I mean, sure, you can use it with other speed powers now, but you can also just use normal improved movement with other speed powers. So like, leap climb just sort of still sucks. It sucks, and it's going to keep on sucking, it would seem. Which, is inconvenient. It is what it is. But yeah, the theme team rules I love. Because I want to just play my soldier theme team, and it makes no sense comic-wise that a random group of soldiers can be just as good as the Avengers or the Justice League. But I like it because that's how I like to play. You used to be able to get pseudo theme probs with generic teams, and now it's just generic teams are just as valuable as named teams, which does not make a lot of sense. But for gameplay-wise, I like it just because I prefer generic teams over named theme teams. Yeah, I have more fun building it that way. And I think it's good for them to make it that way as well, because then it really, to me, there's more. My favorite part about HeroClix is playing like a DC character, a Marvel character from Street Fighter, character from Kick-Ass, whatever, and making a whole team out of it. And now, if I can just have the same incentive with generic keyword as I do with the named keyword, I have the incentive to build my team from like WWE, Street Fighter. Yikes. That's way too big of a freaking hole. All right. Let's do something like this. And I guess we'll put the weight there for right now. So yeah, I like to change the theme teams. I like most of the changes, I believe. Benching powers for certain sets I think is fine. Mostly because I don't care about Wonder Woman. I wasn't going to buy any of that set anyways. So, and I guarantee they've made sets in the past where it's like, this set, no one had super senses in. And I'm like, oh yeah, I believe it. But I probably just never noticed, Or maybe there was like a single character with that power in the set. So now, I don't think the whole. I don't think you need to bench powers for sets for new people. I don't honestly think that's going to help new people at all. Because when I started, the current sets that were being sold were probably like Chaos War, sets like that, Galactic Guardians. But I didn't have a store when I started. I bought a starter pack because that's what you do when you start playing something. You need to have the basic starter pack, maps, dice, whatever. You don't just buy boosters. I bought the Avengers starter pack for the movie, and that's what I learned to play with. So I think your starter packs should have only certain powers, easier to learn figures. I don't think necessarily your entire sets or your booster packs need to have dumbed down figures and certain powers. But that is just my thought because that's how I got into the game. That's how I got started. Everybody is different. Some people maybe were just like, I'm just going to buy a bunch of boosters and not have any maps or dice and just sort of play that way. It just sort of depends. I'm talking about HeroClix for those that may not know what HeroClix is and are curious what my rambling is here. Well, I'm trying to trace out this piece. Yeah. You like what, Grant? Be more specific. Talked about a bunch of things. And because there's a delay in chat, I don't get your answer right away, so I need you to specify. 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 Edify, stupid. Edify. That's a crazy inside joke. But yeah, I'm fine with most of them. Is it going to change how the fundamentals of the game is played? Yeah, absolutely. But at the end of the day, oh, thanks, Grant. I appreciate that. I actually had someone, after listening to these last few podcasts, they literally sent me a message saying, you have confirmed, because, the Dial H page doesn't say whether it's Calder or Simeon that's in charge of it. We both look at it. He said, this last podcast has confirmed that Calder has trash opinions on everything. So it's good to hear somebody likes my opinion on something. Why, I mean, it's good to get feedback, but like, wow, that was so harsh. It wasn't even constructive at all. This is also the chin. This is like the chin lip. But yeah, I think like the Masters of Evil starter pack, perfect new player starter pack. Absolutely love that. I think it's awesome. So yeah, a lot of people also say that like the Cosmic Clash starter pack was a good one. I don't think it's good for learning. I think it's good for normal players. But as far as learning goes, I think I think the figures aren't as straightforward, obviously, as the Masters of Evil and Avengers ones. Same thing with the Justice League starter pack. I don't think that's a good one for learning. Because, like, just in the Fantastic Four one, multiple characters have stop clicks, etc., etc. The Wonder Woman starter pack, from what we've seen, looks cool for learning. However, it doesn't have a normal map, so it's a little weird to explain to players that only have the Wonder Woman starter pack that, hey, not all maps are chunks of squares that you make your own map. Normally they're fold-out maps. So that's a little weird thing you have to explain. Okay. This one's done. I am still looking forward to the Wonder Woman set to see if there is one character in that set that I need to buy. If not, I gotta totally skip the set. Even if there is good equipment, I can just sort of be like, well, it's not equipment I'm playing. And I am A-okay with that. But if they make a Guy Gardner in the Wonder Woman set, I'm gonna have to pick it up. That's just no debate. There's some goofy geometry going on with these pieces. Makes it super inconvenient. That's a good question, Grant. Let me think about that. I've got a few teams I'm rattling around in my brain. If people aren't being very competitive and we're playing more for the fun of it, I will definitely be bringing a Captain Hydra team. Um, that's for sure because I like Hydra Captain America. I mean, I don't like him, but I like that figure. And so playing a Hydra Cap Avengers team could be fun. Um, so yeah, if I'm not seeing a lot of competitive stuff, I'll probably play something like that. If the field looks crazy competitive and not fun, then I will also play competitive and not fun, and I'll probably play the zombie team base. As cringy as that is to bring a zombie team base to a charity event. Um, but I can also play that in a non-competitive way as well if I choose to just take certain zombies off the team base, leave certain zombies on the team base. So that's always a choice because I do like the zombie team base. And if anyone plays Tri-Sentinel, I can spit out Doctor Doom, which is cool. So there's some good counters. The zombie team base is just a well-rounded team that I just freaking love. What else? I really, I don't know. I don't know if we can bring team bases. I'll have to double check the rules. I believe they should be allowed. Um, yeah. He says nothing against multi-based characters, and there is no specific no team bases rule, which is nice. Um, so yeah, there's that. There's also a Hellspawn team. I really like the idea of switching places with Hellspawn. I just think it's a really fun team. I think it's a fun thing to do. So I'm probably going to practice with a Hellspawn team. The only bad thing is obviously the point value is very high in 400 points, which makes Hellspawn not very reliable. I'll still practice it once. I'll practice it once, and then I'll see. I'll go from there probably. I hate the geometry on this freaking chin piece. I'm gonna have to sand it down like crazy. It bothers the heck out of me. I just hate it so much. I know I might play a scroll team if I feel like it. I might see. There's a lot of teams I'm kicking around because I'm also like, well, I'm probably not going to play scrolls because I played them in 300 modern enough this year. So I have my fill of them, and I only get to play in person so much. So I want to probably play something haven't played before or that I've been dying to play, you know? So yeah, we'll see. I'm kicking around a lot of ideas. Hopefully the field does not look competitive at all, and I can bring Hydra, Captain America, something like that, Hydra Cap, some Avengers, some Giant Girls, fun stuff like that. You know, this will be my last chance to really bloat theme and auto win map. So, yeah. Thank you, Tristan. Way to hate on the scrolls. No respect. I didn't even play you at States. Like, you don't even have anything to be salty about. Like, I didn't play you. So you can't even be like, scrolls are cringe. Like, we didn't even play, bro. And I'm the only one in South Dakota that even plays scrolls. Last I checked, anyways. Okay. Well, yeah. Hopefully you guys aren't... See, I feel like, Grant, you would just say you're not playing anything that bad. So that way you can play something really scummy and get, like, an easy win against me or something. I was also thinking of doing, like, a Green Lantern team. But it looks like Lucas is going to outlaw constructs, which is no fun. Jeez, I hate the way this turned out. I'm not salty. They're just cringe, bro. I do know your team, Tristan. I know your team. Wow. Look at that. It's going to be, it's like the chin slash the lip. It's going to be all the way up here. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot. I still have to pack only Power Cosmic for Tristan's team. Since you told me your team, I have to absolutely counter that. See, Grant, I hate you, man. You're playing Goblin King. See, now that to me is unfun. That's unfun for me. I hate playing against Goblin King. Never, I don't think I've ever once. I have had fun games playing against him. That's because like Kevin is fun to play against. But like 9 times out of 10, playing against Goblin King is not fun for me. See now, if the field is big tent poles and stuff like Goblin King, probably gonna definitely run zombies. As you know, as I would say, zombies are cringe, and I love the Marvel Zombie storyline. Honestly, if Lucas allowed resources, I would play the original Marvel Zombies, the Colonel America, the Hulk, the Wolverine, the Spider-Man, Iron Man, all that. I would play those with the Phoenix Force if resources were allowed. I'm not gonna meta with him though. Okay. Yeah, as long as we're having a good time, because it is a charity tournament. Like, let's just try to keep that in mind, and bring stuff. Uh, you see, I'll have to look into that, Tanya. Thank you. Because I can't click on links right now, but I'll have to check that out after this. Um, Technology is just so useful. It's so freaking useful, especially when making stuff. Like, it's useful, and then also I hate it at the same time, because this guy was like, whoa, check this out, I'm going to make a sword. And then he had a CNC machine just cut out the shape of his thing, and I'm like, well, that's kind of lame. You barely did any of that work, bro. You had a machine do 90% of it. So, like, I love technology. It makes this hobby 1,000 times easier. But then at some point, I don't want it to be too easy where it's like, what did I do to actually make this? Did all I do is spend money so I'm a better craftsman than other people? In which case, I hate it. It's another reason I don't like 3D printing. And also because I'm really bad with computers and I can't 3D model. But that's besides the point. But yeah, guys, play non-cringe teams. I would like to play an all Captain America team. I really wish resources were allowed. Not because I want to make a great team better, because I want to make a bad team mediocre. That's my favorite thing to do with resources. But I know if we allowed resources, there would be certain players, I'm not going to name names, that would take it a little too far. Not you guys. You guys just play like the crappy. What link? No, Tanya sent me a link. You didn't send me any link here. Grant, what are you talking about? I sent you that link so you don't have to scroll through chat. You didn't send me a link, Grant. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Oh, or did you send it on my phone? Did you send it like... Oh, okay. Thanks, bro. Let me open that up. I want to know what this is. I'm not going to play She-Hulk's form. It says page not found. You sending me bum links, bro? Yeah, it's saying page not found. I'll look at it later. I'll try to figure it out later. The only She-Hulk I would ever play a swarm of is the one from Age of Ultron, because that's an actually good version of She-Hulk, as opposed to your actually bad version of She-Hulk that was from Avengers Infinity. No offense, of course. But just look at the one from Age of Ultron compared to the one from Avengers Infinity, bro. I don't even know what this piece is. I can't remember if this is like the chin or what this is. There's so many layers to this frickin' mask. I know I only need one of it, though. Sharpen Snack up a little bit more. Let's see if that link works. Okay. A circuit? A cricket. Budget. More than $100, less than $250. Oh, it's 2mm only. Textures and shapes like shape metal. Details: 2mm HD foam, 2mm EVA foam, blue painter's tape, knife blade, deep blade, circuit. Find a design. Oh, you choose a design, you put the sheet through it, and then it auto like cuts your design for you. That is really cool. That is really cool. Yeah, but science is so lame. Like, you know those shirts that say I effing love science? I want a shirt that says I effing hate science. Heavily just do not care for science. And all science is just trying things, seeing if they work, and writing it down. But like, ugh, I hated science as a subject. All right, let's see. Artists have mediums. Yeah, I know artists have mediums and all that jazz, but like, bro, you can't like call yourself an amazing woodworker when like you just have a CNC machine cut all your wood for you, and then like that's like the bulk of the design, and then you just sand over it. I don't know. I like this hand, done process. Obviously, machines make things better, but there's just something that's just, I don't know. Using the less effective way to make something is just, it's relaxing for me, being hands-on. If I was a business, absolutely, I would use a freaking machine. I mean, I guess I am making this for somebody else, and I'm getting paid to do it. Um, but I don't know if that necessarily means I'm not a business though. This is like a commission work. Um, but if I had like a business, then absolutely, I would be all about whatever machines and stuff. But I'm not a business, so I get to just sort of do what I like to do, what works best for me. Um, I wouldn't mind getting into learning 3D patterns to 3D model something and then make a pattern like this, like paper pattern, to be able to print that out and then turn it into a real thing. That would be cool. It's the only thing I'd ever want to know about 3D modeling. But I hate computers so much. Computers they just suck, dude. If your computer is not made for literal idiots, I cannot run it. I just can't. I hate them. Heavily dislike computers. Not a fan of technology. Yeah. It's such a boomer thing to say, but I've just never been good with technology, computers, all that jazz. Coding, numbers, STEM in general, I believe it's called STEM, right? Layers, precisely cut. Oh, like a program? That's pretty sweet. STEM, science, technology, something in mathematics. Is it English? Is that what the E in STEM stands for? In which case, it feels kind of out of place there. Me and McKenna. Yeah, I'm sure McKenna's better with computers than I am. I'm sure 90% of people are, no, not 90%. Like, I can figure things out, real simple stuff, how to get files, blah, 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 blah. How to set up certain things. But I'm just bad with computers, man. Hopefully our society isn't going in a way that we need to use computers more or anything. Hopefully that's not true, because that would suck for me. Engineering? Oh, that would make sense. The E would make sense for engineering, yeah. Is engineering not a science, though? An applied science? I could be wrong. I haven't been in school for years and I don't go to college, so I don't know much about education whatsoever. And if I ever did get a degree, it would absolutely not be a STEM one. Absolutely. And like that's kind of the worst part is that I think most craftsmen are perfectionists in their own way. Um, because you want it to look good, especially when you want to like show off your work to other people. They don't want to be like, "Oh, well that kind of sucks," You want them to be like, "Wow, that looks good." So you want to try to make it look good as well. Like there are people that can cut foam and whatever, do it all by hand. Yeah, our best is what best. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sand all of this down. I am getting terrible cuts. I normally always sand everything down though. I normally always have to. It's always this bad. Last thing is the faceplate. Faceplate is so wonky. Look at that shape. Gosh. I mean, yeah. Like, I'm using a computer to broadcast this. It is, technology is super helpful. I'm just saying, I'm not good at it. Oh, I hate the shape of this whole thing. It's gonna look cool once I put it together, but man, I hate the shape of this whole thing. I mean, yeah, I know you're old, Tanya. You don't have to tell me. I mean, you're the one who brought up your age. I did not, so don't tell my Tanya that I said that to you, Tanya. I need another weight. Why don't I have more weights? I need a little thing to put here. I'm gonna slap this guy on there. Oh, this is gonna be just miserable. I do not like cutting all of this out. The worst part is like this pattern was free, so you know, don't kick a gift horse in the mouth or anything. But the guy who made it for free and put it out on the internet does not have instructions with how to put the helmet together. So I kind of have to guess a whole bunch about how it goes together, and I'm not a fan of that at all. I don't know what pieces I need doubles of. I just sort of have to look at his videos and decide, you know, use some detective skills here. Decide, okay, that piece obviously needs to be doubled to make the full face. And I assume all these face pieces only need once, because there's only one, a person only has one face. You know, last I checked. So yeah, but the rest of this thing, this stupid helmet, I don't know if I need doubles of it or not. Nor do I know what pieces necessarily connect to what other pieces. Nor do I know how they overlap or how I fold them. I just sort of have to look at his helmet, look at the patterns. Yeah. I just have to look at his patterns. I have to look at his finished model, and I sort of not really reverse engineer it from there. You know, I should be charging this guy way more for all this extra work that I didn't think I'd have to do. But it is better than me having to make the helmet myself. I'm sort of just copying someone else's work, which takes a ton of time off my hands. So, like I said, don't kick a gift horse in the mouth. That is a good sign, though. That's it. It's like people would be like, "Whoa, what's this price at a craft fair? Goodness gracious!" If I bought some yarn or you know XYZ material, wood, whatever, well, I could do that myself. Well, it's like, all right, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Okay. But would you actually be able to specifically make this thing? Like, people are good at it. People are really good at it. Just because you can look at a piece of wood and put a nail in it doesn't mean you can make whatever they're selling at a craft fair. It's very dumb. I know I said it was such a boomer thing to say. It's alright. I'm allowed to say crazy things. This is the internet. Things I say on the internet don't have any real life repercussions, right? These stupid eye sockets. Ugh. I never cut myself, but thank you for stopping in, Tanya. I appreciate it. I never cut myself. I can't even remember the last time I cut myself. I burnt, so this little guy here, I burned myself. Don't even know if this one shows up at all, but then I was using a pressure hose and I accidentally sprayed the pressure hose on my skin and it was at such a high PSI I just took my skin off. But I don't think I've cut myself recently. Not in the past year, like not like with a knife, you know, not on purpose anyways, or not, you know, by accident while I was cutting something else. So yeah, I don't think I've ever cut myself while cutting foam. Last I checked anyways. Hurt myself in a myriad of different ways. But cutting myself while cutting foam, I don't think so. Dude, that's what I'm saying. If it's you, Ethan, and all those people from Sioux Falls, what, Jonah, Lucas, Kevin, Isaac, that's going to be such a packed car. Like, Lucas better be bringing the Suburban, otherwise I still might not ride with you guys. That's so many people in one car. What's Ethan gonna play? What are you gonna make Ethan play? I'd give him the zombie team base. See if he can figure it out. Oh, I just like the zombie team base so much. I might play a bad version of it. I just love turning things into zombies. Like I don't have to play Zombie Super Scroll. I don't have to play Mole Man or whatever else. I could play a bad version of the zombie team base. I'd probably still bring Mole Man no matter what, I guess. But I won't bring Zombie Super Scroll. I want to bring Doctor Doom just in case there's Tri-Sentinels because I think that's hilarious. I also might bring wrestlers, but once again, I would. Oh, to the stream, not the event. Oh, okay, sure. Thank you. Thanks for making Ethan watch me cut foam. Glad you guys are having fun. All right, yeah, Ian's cool. What about Gian and all those guys? Would they be going? I don't even know. Some of those guys are just like, I don't even know if they play Clicks anymore just because of everything going on. Some people might have just given up on it. It really sucks not doing Spin Ring to kill Tri-Sentinels. Who are you going to kill them with using Spin Ring? I'm curious. And don't say Valeria or Venom Groot because they got changed, so they don't work like that anymore. Gian is God. He's under house arrest? What do you mean? He's just not allowed to leave his home? If that's true, that sucks. If he actually committed a crime and he's under house arrest, I don't know what to say. That would be quite the change. Everyone. Jeez. Here I go, trying to cut the eye hole out. Oh, that's rough. We're gonna have to sand this thing down so bad. COVID go brrr. Yeah, man. I mean, I got it. It wasn't so bad. I honestly wish it was worse. I know it's worse for people that have actual health issues, but I was so bummed when I got it and I barely felt anything. I was like, man, this is what we're shutting the country down for? I could at least throw up or like, I don't know, feel like I want to die a little bit. It didn't hurt me at all. I was so mad. Like, I've taken, like, you know, when you really have to, like, where you can't poop, you know, like you're really constipated and you're just trying to poop and you're just like heavy breathing, but your stomach hurts. It wasn't even that bad. Like, that to me was more painful than having the COVID, the corner virus. Ugh. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, it's bad for school, but guess who doesn't go to school? And guess who was homeschooled? So even if it would have happened 5 years ago, I actually would have preferred if it would have happened 5 years ago, because then I would have been homeschooled and living on the ranch, and that's like perfect time to have a coronavirus, because then I wouldn't even be doing anything, and my life wouldn't be inconvenienced by all this. Yeah, it would have been perfect what happened 5 years ago. That would have been awesome. Just be homeschooled, guys. I like being homeschooled. I think it was awesome. ADHD leg bounce. You can't see my legs, bro. Is that ADHD? Attention deficit disorder? AD, attention deficit. That's ADD. What the hell does the H stand for? Tristan, Google it, because I know you don't know it off the top of your head. Crap, I screwed up. I don't want to. I'm going to add to it. I already screwed it up. Crap. I know Nerdvana is open and they have game rooms. I want to see if they would allow people to come in and play for free. Hyperactivity, that's what the H stands for. Thank you, Tristan. Hyperactivity. Ah. Nice. Ugh, that was such a messy cut. I hate it. Ah, thank you, Grant. Thank you. Yeah, 90% of this live stream has just been cutting foam, which is fine. I literally have to do that in order to then make the full thing, so. Oh, okay. Now I need to get this piece out. That was much cleaner that time than it was the first time. All right. Dark side? No, no, thank you. That would be, you have to be like 7 feet tall to be dark side. See, now I've got this going on here. This is going to be such a pain in the butt to make this thing. Holy crap. The worst part is I'm probably going to have to cut these out twice. I guarantee the first helmet is going to be like a test helmet, and then the second helmet will be like the legit actual helmet. I don't want to cut everything out twice, but I feel like that's just sort of how it's going to go. Geez, we're gonna have to like bring these in like this almost. Oh my gosh, is that how it's gonna go? Oh jeez, I could see that. The lack of instructions for this pattern is super inconvenient, but How else? How else would it be? So legacy cards, huh? Those are pretty sweet. Golden Age figures, worth a little bit more now. Pretty happy with that. That's another figure I hope no one's playing. Darkseid could also be a very inconvenient figure to play against. Just one that's not very fun. I guess I could play. Yeah, I'm definitely tall enough to be Darkseid. I mean, built for Darkseid. If I build zombie team base, absolutely crush Darkseid. I don't even know what's the right. Is this the right way? This is the top. Yeah. This is the front. Cool. From my understanding, this is sort of how it's going to go. Sort of like this, sort of like that. 5 people. Sort of like this. And then we're going to scrunch it all in there. Oh boy. Let's see. So now we need to go and we need to add all these little kind of pieces here. Yeah, that's going to be fun. So I think what I'm going to do, I don't really know how to do that without cutting up the piece itself, which is a terrible, terrible idea. Okay, well, we're just going to hold off on that and cut some more pieces for right now. Sort of take everything we have that's cut. 6, 7. This stuff. Grab this stuff out of the way. This is all too small to make anything with it. Throw it away. I'll probably have to end up buying more foam. Oh, I'm going to save these double pieces for last. So what's in here? Okay. I think this is the bottom of the nose, and this is the side of the nose. So I think I need 2 of these. Times 2. I think this thing is also times 2. I feel like that's 1, that's 1, that's 1. This is times 2. Thank you, Grant. Really appreciate that, buddy. Thanks. I did cosplay Dipper, though. Me and my sister were both Dipper and Mabel a few times at a few different conventions. Have not done it in recent years, though. Actually, so when we originally cosplayed them, I had braces, and I thought it would be funny if we did a gender bend Dipper and Mabel, and I was like a male Mabel because I had braces and she had braces. I did mess with cosplaying as Mabel in my mind a few times. Yeah, fun little fact there for you. I believe this thing here is the chin piece. Times it, 741? Cool. I cannot wait to make a simpler cosplay. This Doctor Doom has been crazy complicated. There's been so much So much guesswork involved. Not really a fan of chin. Sharpen this knife. No. I like the Punisher as a character. I've never felt the need to cosplay him though. You know, Frank Castle's a cool guy. He's just not for me to cosplay. Yeah. I mean, Punisher would be simple though. It's a dude in a t-shirt. At the very easiest way of doing it, I could just literally be Punisher guy in a t-shirt. He's worn just a skull t-shirt before. I can go slightly more complicated, try to make the body armor from the Netflix show. You know, stuff like that. Yeah, you can see. But no, I probably won't ever be the Punisher. I can't imagine I would. I have cosplayed Daredevil from like the Netflix stuff. I did like that. Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah, really helps vehicles. And getting rid of push damage is a huge, crazy change that I did not like at all at first. And then it sort of grew on me. But it is. It's a big change. It's a really big change. I need to make sure that piece is over there. I should put that back in the envelope. Put a little D on it, make sure nothing's done. Charged up? That sort of depends. Yeah, you never want to push the charged up. I don't think you ever want to. So yeah, charged up is absolutely better. No, tons of Golden Age stuff gets better. I'm honestly curious if they keep the vehicle symbol moving forward or if they stop making vehicles. Because obviously a vehicle is a whole thing with a whole set of rules that's complicated for new players to understand. So, but like, what is it? HeroClix is not, like, everybody was a new player at some point, and you don't pick it up overnight, and you don't start winning within a year, you know? Like, HeroClix is a complicated game, and I'm okay with that. I think it's fine being complicated just the way it is. Now, when things are messy, yeah, fix those. I don't like when things are messy. When things are open-ended, loosely worded. See, I think the whole after resolutions thing with TK and Colossal Retail, I think that is way, after resolutions right now is way too open-ended. But instead of fixing how after resolutions work, they just fixed the 2 Colossal Retaliators that can do it in Modern, and then they fixed TK. The TK change is also pretty big. Not being able to TK attack with objects, and only being able to TK friendlies. There are no attacks with TK anymore, which is pretty crazy cool. I've never used a ton of TK attack stuff, so I can't cry about it being changed. But yeah, ugh, this piece is rough. I better mark it so I know it's a piece. What is this even? I think it's also a chin piece. This thing is for the bottom of the nose. I almost need to make 2 prints of this whole thing. One print that I can cut up, and then one print that I can keep together. I might just have to go do that. Yeah, this part is for under the nose. The way, and then I think the way this guy makes this pattern is just not my style of building. So it's very weird. Nose. The nose, bros. Think on this. I might play a team where it's like, I want to play a goofy team too. I might play a team where it's like actually not terrible, but it uses bad figures, you know? Because like I did play a Kite Man team, but mostly just because it had ID cards, which is why I was able to beat like a Unimind team. But it was like a Gotham City Villains Kite Man team that I top 8'd at a rock. So I feel like there are some dumb teams that I can bring that will just be good to Wakefield that I don't have to feel bad about playing them. So yeah, we'll see. I know WWE is inherently not bad at all. I'm not going to say it's inherently good. It's not necessarily good, but it's not bad. There's the nose. I literally have no idea what this piece is. I don't know if this is like a lip. I have no idea what this piece goes to at all, whatsoever. Zero freaking clue. This is just how long it takes to cut foam. We've been at this for over an hour. Wild. Some of these pieces, man, I have no idea what to do with them. Man, we got 4 people in here, and y'all are pretty quiet. I know I'm not giving you much to work off of, but I sort of work off the chat. That's sort of how this whole thing goes. I could be playing Doom right now, but instead, here I am with you guys. And I'm not complaining or anything. I'm just saying, I could be playing Doom right now. Not that I really want to. Oh, that's an egregious cut. Oh, that is trash. That is so bad. Oh, I hate everything about that. I feel like that one was better because I wasn't trying to follow the line. Ugh. No, literally never, Grant. No, I'm not gonna do Galactus. I don't. It would be so. It would be cool because then you can have a little action figure, Silver Surfer, like on your shoulder or something cool. But no. I do like the idea of doing cosplay so big you can have an action figure on your body. Right now, we are making a helmet / mask, Katie. It is. What are the best pieces to show that sort of figure out what this is? Making a Doctor Doom mask. It'll really take shape here in a bit, but right now that's where it's at. So all those pieces are done. Next up is these pieces. Let's do these small ones. We'll do these small ones last because normally with the small ones, the big ones will make some kind of room. Without having registration marks, it makes me so cautious on the big pieces, but I think we just sort of have to go with it, see what happens. All right. For all you HeroClix boys in chat that don't have a PS5, just so you guys know, and this is honestly not because I'm sponsored. I would tell this for either side if it was Troll and Toad or Cool Stuffing. Cool Stuffing is giving away a PS5, and you get one entry to the PS5 giveaway for every $50 you sell to them. So if you have a ton of old HeroClix or just HeroClix in general, even if they're modern that you just want to sell, you want to cull your collection, this is the time to do it. Plus you get a 35% buy-in, which means you can sell less HeroClix and still make up to the $50, which is nice. So and you get a buy-in for every $50, which is crazy cool. So that's for a PS4. Or if you want to get into Magic, buy some Magic cards. Pokemon cards, whatever you think is going to be like the most expensive thing that you could buy for relatively cheap and then get something crazy expensive from it and try to sell to them, by all means go for it. As meant like a free PS5 is gnarly because you still get that $50. It's not like you're paying $50 an entry. You just have to sell it to them. So you can get it as PayPal. You're literally getting like paid for stuff you already have. I'm gonna say this piece is number 2 with a mark. So I love, because this is going to be the non-whatever side. I know I'm probably going to go to Rainbow and buy some of those older bricks. I'm just double check the prices that Cool Stuff Inc. is paying for certain chases and certain figures. And I'll probably go buy those bricks, unbox them, see what's in them. If I get anything good, sell them. So yeah, but I mean, PS5 is PS5. I don't even want a PS5. There's no reason I need to have a PS5. I've got 3 PS4 games I still need to play to completion. Plus, Evil Dead's going to be on the PS4, so I'll need a PS5. Right now, these are like the side earpieces we're cutting out right now for Dr. Doom. They're going to connect to themselves, it looks like. Which, makes it nice and complicated. This guy is, ooh. I was not pushing down enough on my knife. That was really bad. That was a really bad cut there. I don't know if anybody ever watches the replays of these. I can't imagine they would, because they're like over an hour. Those are not bad cuts at all. Good cut. I might see if I can play the whole chase theme from Captain America and the Avengers as a 400-point team. I know Thor's got a 50-point line. Ultron has a 50-point line. Peggy does not. I think Absorbing Man only has a 100-point line. So maybe I can't play them all on 400 points. It was worth thinking. Yeah, I don't really know how to, I've seen craft channels do that, which is cool. I don't know how to edit videos at all. Like I said earlier on in the stream, I'm just terrible with computers, bad at technology. I was trying to figure out how to stream so I could stream to Twitch, Facebook, and maybe even YouTube at the same time. I have literally no idea. I kind of gave up on streaming, computer settings, all that stuff. It's just too complicated for me. So I think it would be fun to be a content creator. So that literally goes together like that, which is neat, which is a neat idea. And that's what gives me room for my ears inside the helmet, which is cool. So that's one. Oh boy. But yeah, I think that would be cool. I think if HeroClix ever goes under and I no longer can make a podcast out of it, I'm definitely going to try to start YouTubing all of my prop work. I think that would be fun. Because I don't know if I could, even though I'm only making content for like about 1,000 people, I think the Clicks podcast gets about 1,000 people, plus whoever watches our YouTube that doesn't listen to our podcast as well. So I'm really only making content for like 500 people on YouTube, 1,000 people on the podcast. But it doesn't matter how many people I'm making content for. What matters is that I'm doing it and I really enjoy it. And since I just really enjoy it, I think if the podcast ever goes under, I would absolutely have to. I would have to find another channel to start doing stuff. And I would probably make a cosplay podcast. I've actually been wanting to make a cosplay podcast for a long time. But now with no Comic Cons and stuff happening, anime cons, whatever, it's kind of a weird business to get into. Plus, same thing with HeroClix. I'm not a very great HeroClix player, but I just sort of enjoy talking about the game, having a good time. But I don't think I fit the criteria for anime stuff so much. Yeah, absolutely. Just do whatever you enjoy. It doesn't really matter. If you want to be like a fitness person, or if you want to be, a person that does the knitting show or something like that, absolutely. Make whatever content you enjoy. I think people don't realize they have time for it until they make time for it. Because I just sort of ended up on the show. I didn't start. Oh, really? What was your town? SuperCon had a virtual convention. I don't know if you're from Sioux Falls or not. SuperCon had a virtual convention. I was very lucky to be one of the guest judges for the cosplay competition. I would love to stream, dude. I would love to stream video games. I have no idea how to do streaming. Someone literally needs to come to my house, set everything up for me, tell me what buttons to press to start streaming and which ones to stop. And then, and only then, would I be able to stream. I cannot figure that stuff out myself. And I also kind of don't want to figure that stuff out myself. And since I don't want to figure it out, and I don't have the passion to try to figure it out, because I think it would be kind of fun to watch on stream, Monroe, LA. Oh, cool. But yeah. Online conventions, I don't go to conventions for panels, and that's mostly what online conventions are for. I kind of go there for the cosplay competition, the feeling of like community, the feeling of all these people who enjoy relatively the same stuff I do. There's a lot of nerd stuff that I do not enjoy at all that very much creeps me out, but most of it I am also like, I'm a fan of that thing as well. That's so cool. I like seeing the cosplay. So conventions that are just like talk to celebrities on Skype or Zoom really aren't my kind of conventions. And I really don't think I get anything out of those as well. They're good. I'm glad they're happening for people that need that stuff, but it's not for me. Oh, that's a good cut. That's a good cut, but I so did not cut on track at all. Cut into the table. I cut into the table and I couldn't move my knife. That's funny. Well. Try to cut it from this angle. Gonna have to sand that down. That's alright. We're gonna have to sand literally every piece down. Take a knife, put it down. Let's see. Yeah, check Discord really quick. I need to make sure I'm got to be gaming with some fellows here. Want to make sure I'm not going late. Okay. Cool, they haven't shot me a message. Nice. Anybody else working on any cosplay? I don't know if there's any cosplayers in chat right now. But if there are, and you're working on cosplay, by all means, tell me what you're working on. And if you're not working on anything, that's fine too. Tell me about like the last cosplay you made, because honestly, I'm so burnt out on working on cosplay. So I don't blame anyone for not working on it right now. Such a weird piece. I can tell the way this guy designed it. It had his style of crafting in mind, and it so does not have my style of how I make anything in mind. Okay, that's that piece. That piece is done. Let's see. Let's try to do that. Oh, you actually did? I know you were asking about that. You have to shoot me a picture of those, Grant. I want to know how they turned out. That's sweet. Nice, man. Nice. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see those. That should have been like a really fun project, so I'm glad you ended up making them. There's that piece. I wonder if I can flip it over and try to get it in there. I just barely can. Nice. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Alright, that's that piece. We've been live for almost an hour and a half, and that just shows you how long it takes to cut this stuff out. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. It's just nutty. It's freaking nutty, Professor. Alright. Let me double check with some people. See if I want to stop after this or see if I want to keep going. Alright, sorry for literally being on my phone. Hate that thing. Hate texting, I hate having to respond to texts. Oh, baby. See, the worst part is I'm doing all of this, and I don't know if the helmet is big enough for my head, even. And me and the client have about the same size head. Ooh, I need a new blade. I don't think I can sharpen this up anymore. I think it's gone. Okay. Where did I put it? Where is it? Why would I move it? Alright. This is it? This is all I have? One blade left? Oh, jeez. There just comes a point where you just cannot sharpen them anymore. And they're just like... They're just not good. They're done. They're dead. That's why they sell you packs of 5 blades. If you could just sharpen them, they wouldn't even sell you packs of blades. You only need 1 blade. That's a nice cut. Once again, the piece has weird geometry, so it's hard to get a nice straight cut. You sort of have to go, and then you sort of have to stop. You sort of have to restart. Hate that, hate all that. And I want it to have sharp lines, but it can't very well have sharp lines when it is the way it is. That is not going on anymore. We have plenty of this stuff left, which is great. We've already cut off some of our biggest pieces, which means we just have plenty to use for the whole foam, for everything, which is very refreshing. Nice. Not a terrible angle. I can be your angle, or I can be your devil. This whole thing is a big yikes. Floating, 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 floating way, way too much. Oh, that was terrible. Oh, yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Where's that? Is that it? Not an amazing piece. At least I don't have to connect it like that. Yikes. Rough, though. Very rough. Might have to cut a new one of those out. Then we're going to cut this last piece. We're going to call it a night because we've been doing this for an hour and a half. Then I'm going to have to sit down and play video games here in a little bit. So I'm going to give my butt a little bit of a break and walk around. So I'm not sitting for like 3 hours straight here. Man. Gotta take care of yourself. Because if you're not going to, nobody else is. Maybe your mom will. My mom would never take care of me, but that's okay. I know she hates me. That's a joke. That's a joke, by the way. It's a joke. Some people don't have good relationship with their parents. I do. Which is why I felt comfortable enough to make that joke. But some people could take it as like a really weird cry for help or something, and that's not what it is. It is a joke. Oh, damn it. Frank. How about those Buccaneers, huh? I'm sure the Buccaneers are going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Yikes. How did they even get there, man? I'm so surprised. Freaking Buccaneers. How the hell do you even manage that? I'm so impressed. I haven't even heard of the freaking Buccaneers. It's because I don't pay that much attention to football anyways, but still. People might be lost that don't know about the whole big game. The football. For sure. Yeah, dude. Buccaneers, man. Who'd have thunk? I mean, Kansas City Chiefs are going to thrash them. If they don't, I will be so surprised. I imagine most people are going to put money on the Chiefs. I don't know anything about the Buccaneers. I'm going to have to... I never bet. I never do. Maybe a $5 bet or something. But the Buccaneers was certainly an unseen thing. I don't think anybody was ready for it. I know I wasn't. All right, let's get this last piece done, man. I'm so ready for this last piece to be done. And then I get to do it all again tomorrow. Hell yeah. No, actually, I won't even work on it. Ooh, shoot, for I don't even know how long. Tomorrow I'm in Sioux Falls, so I will not be working on this stuff. I just took all that time to cut out. All right, well, we did get a lot done. Let's clean up these scraps. All right, cool, guys. Thanks so much. I've been doing this for almost 3 years now, these live streams. I make different stuff all the time, so I appreciate everybody popping in, everybody that did pop in throughout the whole stream. It's really awesome. We made a ton of freaking pieces tonight. Tons of stuff. Try not to lose it all. Yeah, so I'll do my little spiel that I do every time. I'll do these sometime next week, maybe, if I feel like it, if I have the time. Or if I get around to it. Sometimes it'll be a month between live streams. Sometimes it's like 2 months. Sometimes it's 3 months. Sometimes it's a week between live streams. I don't know. It just sort of depends. So yeah, so stay on the lookout. You know, you guys want to see more of this stuff? Let me know. But for right now, sayonara, guys. Thank you for joining me on episode 69.